Hello world, it's Rational Pi, and we're back here today with episode 3 of our ASCII art series. And as you can see here, I went ahead and transformed the blank dream symbol into ASCII art this time. It's a little bit tougher to pull out the information, but here's blank dream right here. And then here's the Japanese characters, which I would hope to assume they mean blank dream. So let's go ahead and exit out of that. So let's go back to the code, shall we? Today we're going to be talking about converting the actual image to ASCII. Last episode, we talked about bitmaps, and we talked about aspect ratio, and we talked about sizing of the image itself. We want to make sure it's the size that we're looking for. All of my thumbnails for this series is going to be based in ASCII, so I think they're going to look pretty cool, I hope, assuming YouTube doesn't shrink them down too much to where you can't really see what's going on. So, now we are here. So globals.content. What's the content? Well, globals.content is basically just a string. It's a public string that we can use. Okay, so what exactly does that mean, you ask, Rational Pi? Well, let's go ahead and start looking at the convert to ASCII method. And the only thing we're going to be pulling into this method is just the original image after we've adjusted its size through the ASCII aspect ratio method. So we are currently here in our flowchart. So this is going pretty quick. So let's see, convert to ASCII. Alright, so Boolean endline. A Boolean, I think I went over this before in my last series, but a Boolean basically just means true or false, or 1 or 0, or something or something. It's a good way to figure out like if something's true or false, or if you want to use a if statement and you just want to utilize one variable itself rather than having a condition. So the string builder. String builder, basically all that is, it allows you to append, it allows you to remove, it allows you to basically put together a bunch of strings together and create a string out of it. We're just going to name it SB for string builder. And for each pixel in the picture, we're going to find its color value. So for the H, remember, is our height of our image after it's been adjusted, and then the W is going to be the width after it's been adjusted. And we're going to have two for loops that for every pixel going up and down, the height, and it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way across the picture going for its full length. So for every height pixel and then for every width pixel, we're going to find the color of that pixel by finding the information from that pixel, and that's what this image.getPixel is here. And the WH is the get the pixel information for the pixel at this width at this height. Okay, pretty simple so far. And we could have switched the height and the width. There were just a couple changes here and there. We could have gone either way. So then we're going to find the red, green, and blue values, and we're going to normalize them dividing by 3. The reason we do that is because we have a very limited amount of ASCII characters, and so we got to normalize them because if we have 250 values of each of the colors, that's going to be roughly 770 or 765 values total, and we want to be able to shrink that down a bit. So if we divide it by 3, it's going to normalize the color of the specific red, green, blue values. So we're going to find the red, green, and blue, which is the pixel color.red, pixel color.green, and pixel color.blue. We're going to add it all together, divided by 3. And what that's going to do is going to help us find the grayscale. So we're essentially turning all of the colors into gray as best as we possibly can. So again, the color, pixel color, is going to be the color of each individual pixel. We find the red, green, blue values, divide them by 3 to make it gray. Then we find the color gray is equal to the color from RGB, which means we're going to be basing a new color from the RGB values that we just found, the red, green, blue, and then we're going to insert them red, green, blue, and then it's going to create the grayscale of the image. Hopefully that makes sense. Essentially what we're doing is we're taking all the information we can from each pixel and then turning it gray. And then the intensity of that gray is what's going to be deciding what ASCII character is going to take its place. So the end line that we found before, if it's false, then we're going to create an index And what the index is, we're going to find the red value of the gray, which is going to help us find the intensity. We're going to multiply it by 10 and divide it by 55 to find the appropriate value of the index that we're going to be utilizing. So let's say this ends up equaling 3. So then the index, we're going to find the globals.ascii index. So let's say the index is 3. We're going to go back up here. Here's our list. 0, 1, 2, 3. So if we find that the index is 3 based off the grayscaled value, then it's going to be replaced with a % sign in our image. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, I will always feel free to clarify anything. Just comment below. That's not a problem at all. So then it's going to append that new, if we're going to keep up with the % sign, or it's going to append that % sign to the string builder. So let's say the 3 was our very first pixel. So then the very first top left the new ASCII character is going to be the % sign, and then it's going to find the new ASCII symbols for all of the pixels in the whole picture. Follow me? Hopefully I've explained that okay. Because it's a really very basic premise. We're basically just finding the color image, grayscaling it down, finding the grayscale intensity, and then replacing that pixel in the new ASCII picture with the appropriate signifying ASCII character. Okay? So that's what this does here, and that's what builds our picture. So if after each line, after all the width values for each row is found, we're going to, if it's still false, we need to add a break symbol, and the carets with BR is in the form window. It's going to symbolize break or a line break, and we're going to append that at the end of that line, and then we're going to set the end line is equal to true, and then we're going to start a new line, basically. So it's going to start appending new values, and then at the end of that line it's going to have BR. So what we're creating is just one long string for now, and then when we create the form, what it's going to do is when it finds that bracket BR, it's going to create a new line, and it's going to just stack one on top of each other, and that's how we're going to be developing the new image. So then we're going to return the string, and that's what's going to be our content variable. And then let's go back down, and then that content is going to be manipulated in this form application, which we will talk about in the next video. So we're going to go ahead and end it there. So this is the end of episode 3 of the ASCII art. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have any ideas, please comment below. A like and subscribe is definitely always appreciated. I know Pinkie Pie would really love a comment and a like. I mean, she loves that kind of stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video.